beyond the skies, beyond the seas, the waking sun is my relief for what I am and who you see. The difference is in between, and all I find is a different sunrise.
To Rally Japan. It is the final showdown. The fans have been queuing for the whole day to see the start of what is going to be an epic adventure. The atmosphere here in the stadium, Jenny, has just begun. Tonight is just the very start of what is going to be a magical weekend.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Incredible atmosphere, isn't it? This is what this sport is all about. I've got goosebumps, and these guys have been, you know, they've been queuing since 11 o'clock this morning to be here. You know, they've met their heroes today, and it's a very, very special way to bring the year to an end, isn't it?
It is. It is going to be an exciting performance. You join us right at the start of what is the ceremonial start. We then follow into the super special stage one in this Toyota City Stadium. Of course, home to the Nagoya Grampus as well. They play here, but for tonight, it's all ours.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's a very special stadium, isn't it, as we said? And yeah, I mean, it all kicks off very, very shortly, and yeah, a nice little super special to get things going. Slightly different from the way it was last year. They've added a donut in the middle, so for me, it's even better than it was before.
We'll just take a moment to listen to this Japanese national anthem. Beautiful way to start off what is going to be the most magical evening here. Now we do have all of our top cars behind us in championship order. Now that is the all-important decision to be decided. It's Thierry Neuville or Tänak. The battle carries on. It is Thierry's to lose for sure, but it's still a chance for Oit.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, I mean, Thierry's done everything he needs to do this year, isn't he? He's leading the championship by 25 points. You'd have to say he's more than odds-on favourite, isn't he? But a little bit of pressure on his shoulders as well. You cannot forget that the Manufacturers' Championship is still up for grabs, and that means Thierry's got a job to do for Hyundai as well in terms of getting the manufacturers and trying to do the double this weekend. So certainly a big weekend for not just Thierry Neuville and Tänak, but Hyundai and Toyota as well.
Well, how did we get here? We thought that Thierry Neuville may be crowned world champion in the Central European Rally. It did not happen, but what else happened? Let's take a look.
A second victory of the season for Tänak, his hopes of a second world title still alive, just. For much of the weekend in Central Europe, it didn't look that way. Tänak running behind title rival Sébastien Ogier and Thierry Neuville.
It was actually challenging since the go. I mean, probably the first two stages, you know, to start the rally were still quite consistent, but on Friday morning we already started in some pretty demanding weather conditions, and I mean, you know, every stage it was just getting, let's say, more and more tricky. So, yeah, was never easy. Always 4 drivers fighting very close together and never more than 10 seconds. So, I mean, yeah, from stage to stage, always intense.
Tänak third at the end of Friday. As he said, it was close. The top 4 separated by 15 seconds. All title contenders to one degree or another. Elben Evans, one of 5 different stage winners in the Czech forests. The Welshman running 4th. Sébastien Ogier picking up 2 stage wins on the opening day in 2nd. Out front by just over 6 seconds, championship leader Thierry Neuville. Perfect start on course to secure that first driver's title. So far, so good.
I knew that the only thing which was important was to finish the day, so I took it a bit more steady in some places, but it doesn't matter, I'm happy to be here.
Saturday, a day of high drama on the tarmac roads of Germany and Austria. Tänak advised by his team to avoid risks, but rapid through the opening stage on more surprisingly damp roads.
We never expected, you know, to have these kind of humid conditions in the morning. Everybody thought that it will be nice and dry and high grip and not so much pollution on the road. Actually, it was opposite. It was really humid, almost wet, and some blacktop in some sections. So, you know, if you're not prepared, you know, it's a bit of shock in the beginning.
But bigger shocks would follow. A couple of stages later, champion in waiting Thierry Neuville in all sorts of bother. First, a spin. Then, a big excursion. Momentarily, a suggestion it could be terminal.
Oh no! This is Thierry and Martin now off the road. They look as if they're in that kind of drainage ditch at the side of the road.
Wow.
Relief, but 30 seconds and the rally lead lost. Neuville dropping to 4th. It could have been worse. Sébastien Ogier inheriting the lead.
Neuville struggling for grip. He's had a couple of moments and he's lost 30 seconds. Good news for us.
Ogier leading Tänak, both benefiting from Neuville's off in terms of the Drivers' Championship, but with team interests to consider too.
I understood, yes, that the team had to look the bigger picture and everybody could see, you know, how much around was happening. There was always some action, every stage, few cars, you know, having some action. So it was clear that, you know, risk is always there. And from the team's perspective, you know, they didn't want to take any risk, you know. They, for them, the both drivers and manufacturers have been really important. And basically, I've been asked, you know, to always balance my risk, you know, but in these conditions, as you know, it's not so straightforward how to do it.
Tänak trailing Sébastien Ogier by 5 seconds going into the final day. The Frenchman claiming 18 provisional points as rally leader Saturday night, but needing more to boost his slim title hopes ahead of Japan. Super Sunday, time to chase bonus points. But an overshoot in the opening stage conceded the lead to Tänak. Still only 1.5 seconds between the pair after the morning loop. Empathy for one Hyundai driver at least.
Yeah, it's always fun. I always enjoy the fight with Oid. I've said that yesterday, you know, fighting a world champion makes always fun. So we love this kind of fight, I think both of us.
But the fight wouldn't last much longer. The next stage, 600 meters into the penultimate test.
No, Sébastien Ogier stopped.
They stopped on the stage. He's off the road, hit the pole. It seems like he's stuck as well.
Another Sunday shocker for Seb, the 3rd rally in a row. His rally and his title hopes ditched.
I feel angry with myself in this moment. Very sorry for my team. I tried my best and I repeat since a while that was really my main target, to help them achieving the manufacturer. We were, I think, doing a good job so far, but unfortunately that's 3 weekends in a row that is not really going my way, and yeah, tough time.
With that, the title fight was down to the 2 Hyundai drivers. And with championship leader Neuville moving back up to a podium place, Tänak had to chase every available bonus point. Easier said than done.
We definitely wanted to score from Super Sunday. I would say, first of all, let's say we didn't do a good tire choice. First two stages were still fine, but afternoon it was already getting quite warm, and yeah, let's say we didn't get enough grip anymore.
Toyota's focus now firmly on the Manufacturers' Championship. A returning, rejuvenated Takamoto Katsuta playing the team game to perfection. Dominating Sunday, winning the power stage, the Japanese star claiming a maximum 12 bonus points, a timely tonic ahead of his home rally. And another strong weekend for Toyota teammate Elfyn Evans, matching his best results of the season, runner-up behind Tänak, the filling in a Hyundai sandwich. Thierry Neuville taking third, not what he'd hoped for going into the weekend, but more than satisfied after Saturday's shenanigans.
Obviously, we would have wanted to bring home the title here this weekend, but not at every price. And after the mistake, we understood that, it wouldn't be for this weekend, but Japan is coming. We will have a comfortable lead, and looking forward to it. Obviously, thank you to the team for a reliable car once again, and sorry for the mistake, but even world champions made mistakes.
Indeed they do, Thierry. Indeed they do. Tänak's 21st WRC victory, his first since Sardinia in mid-season, 7 seconds ahead of Elfyn Evans. Neuville third, ahead of a smiling Takamoto Katsuta. M Sport's Grégoire Munster matching his best result, 5th. Elfyn Evans, the leading scorer in Central Europe, 9 Super Sunday points, taking his tally to 24. That's 2 more than Toyota teammate Katsuta. 22 for the Japanese driver, same as Tänak. Thierry Neuville with 18. Neuville's lead in the championship reduced by 4 points from 29 to 25. A maximum 30 available in Japan, remember. Confirmation, only teammate Tänak can deny the Belgian a first driver's world title. Unlikely, but not over yet. Hyundai guaranteed the driver's title, but still with work to do in the Manufacturers' Championship. Their lead over Toyota down to 15 points as they head for Japan.
Well, there we go. That was the Central European Rally that got us to this point and this moment. Fireworks, lights, drama in a stadium, all built in as we head towards the first stage. Now, the first stage is still tricky. It may be in a stadium, but this is just the start. The weekend in store is very, very difficult.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, tonight is certainly a show for the fans and the spectators, isn't it? But you could easily drop it in here.
Thierry Neuville entering. This for him is the final showdown, the moment that his whole career has been building to.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's finished second in the championship 5 times, Kiri, hasn't he? And he's been the most consistent this weekend. But as I was just saying, Rally Japan, there's lots of opportunity to get caught out. 21 stages, over 300 kilometres. Even if it doesn't rain here, the nature of the roads are very tricky, very busy, and they hold a lot of damp. They're very green. The leaves are across the road, so there's many different grip changes. And I think that's where it's very, very easy to come unstuck and run into trouble.
Well, we saw so much drama last year, indeed for Thierry as well, so he knows all too well how difficult it is. I think that just adds to the nerves. It doesn't matter what he says to us, the nerves really will be building now because he doesn't have any more chances. In Central Europe, he had another chance to make the title his, but here, it's all or nothing.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's not a huge amount of much more he can do. I mean, he's done all the hard work this year. He's been so consistent, and under the new point system, he's made it work for him. Really, he's got to get around. He's got to score the points. He's got to be there on Saturday, and then ultimately on Sunday. If he does that, the championship is his. It's as simple as that. But I think there is a little bit of pressure as Takamoto Katsuta comes into the stadium. There's a bit of pressure on his shoulders.
Wild for Taka. It's unbelievable the home support that Taka's got.
Yeah, very important. Takamoto Katsuta is here as well, and as you said, there's a lot of people supporting Takamoto Katsuta, a lot of people with Takamoto Katsuta merchandise and branding, and he's a fantastic ambassador for Toyota.
There's a Toyota flag filling the whole stadium. This is Toyota City. They want the manufacturer's title here.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, they've got some work to do this weekend. Toyota need to have a flawless weekend, a perfect weekend, don't they? The gap is 15 points behind Hyundai coming into the weekend here. So look, yeah, they've got to have an absolute belter.
Yeah, well, this is the drama that builds up to the first stage. And the fans now, who have been waiting for hours on end to fill this stadium, have very much done so. The drivers are waiting. We will hear from the drivers. That's Bex Williams' task, and that is a massive feat she's got. She's going to be speaking to 23 drivers across about 50 minutes or so. That's going to be happening in a short while. But for now, it's just simple introductions to the fans here in this stadium. All right, well, Chenny's told you about the contenders, but take a look at this.
Japan offering a colourful autumnal mountain backdrop for the final decisive round of the 2024 WRC season. Everything to play for across the piece. Hyundai already assured of the drivers and co-drivers' world titles, their first. Thierry Neuville and Martin Wiedeger, championship leaders since the opening round in Monte Carlo, now 25 points ahead of teammates Tänak and Martin Wiedeger going into the final round. A maximum 30 points to be won. Neuville needs only 6 to secure his first Drivers' World title, whatever Tänak does in Japan. So, what can we learn from recent history? Japan returned to the championship 2 years ago after a decade off the calendar. The honours then went to Hyundai. A 1-2 no less, led by Thierry Neuville ahead of teammate Tänak. A good sign for the Belgian. Last year, a different story. Heavy rain on the opening day. Just seeing the road a challenge at times. Big problems for Tänak. Even bigger for Thierry Neuville, crashing off just 100 metres into stage 6. So Japan could spell big problems, offering hope to the outsider.
Japan has never been easy. It's always demanding and can be easily full of surprises. So we definitely need to prepare well and we just give our best shot. So yeah, I guess, you know, it's not the way that, you know, winner takes it all, but we need to do our best, and then we see what's left on the table from there.
And one of the manufacturers, Hyundai, defending a 15-point lead. How Toyota would love to turn things round at their home event. They stormed to a podium lockout last year. Elvin Evans leading a 1-2-3 ahead of Sebastian Ogier and Kalle Rovanperä. Toyota hoping a repeat would be enough to retain the manufacturer's title, but Super Sunday bonus points could ensure it goes down to the final power stage shootout.
As for the championship, it will go down to Japan. The relief is that we know it's going to be a Hyundai driver, and we have a bit of time to think about what's the best tactic to defend against Toyota on their home ground. We know they'll be very, very, very strong.
I was wishing that all the titles would be then decided in the final rally in Japan, and I think this now will happen. That all the Rally 2, Rally 1, Manufacturer Championship, Co-Driver Championship, everything will be decided in Japan. I think will be one of the greatest events in the WRC history.
Well, we certainly couldn't put it better ourselves. One of the greatest events in WRC history. Jari-Matti Latvala speaks the truth.
Yeah, absolutely. There's been so much history here, and you know, long may we continue to return to Japan, because it is a special place to come rallying, and I think, you know, you can see that just here with the amount of fans that have turned up.
So just to recap, our driver's title is up for grabs. The championship title in terms of manufacturers still to be decided, and a WRC 2 champion to be crowned.
Yeah, I mean, look, we've discussed the WRC, haven't we? But Sami Päivärinta basically is here in WRC 2, and he can win the category. He's got to finish first or second, basically, and if he does that, then he'll go away, and there's nothing Oliver Solberg can do about it. Oliver's, I'm sure he'll be watching us now. He's sat at home, and he's just got to accept his fate over the next few days.
Well, the WRC 2 certainly a whirlwind. From Chile, where it was Oliver's, Johan Russell in Central Europe, and now Sami Päivärinta. Has gone wrong for everyone so far. Let's hope that Sami Päivärinta can pull it out the bag, but this is a challenging weekend ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, there's lots of things that can go wrong here. It's a very, very busy rally. We hear a lot of the drivers talking about, you know, referring to Monte Carlo or even Corsica. So for the drivers, it's constant. You're up and down the gearbox, you're heavy on the brakes, and of course for the co-drivers as well, they've got to deliver the notes pinpoint perfectly, and there's lots and lots of chatter in the car.
Lots of chatter and lots of action out there on the stages. All right, well, Bex Williams will be here shortly to meet the crews. What did you make of the fan reaction to Taka? It's brilliant, isn't it? But it kind of heaps on a little bit of pressure for Taka, because it is so important for him here.
Yes, you're absolutely right. But listen, go back 12 months and look at what Taka did. He won 10 stages. Sadly, the result wasn't there for him going off the road and getting caught out in the weather, but the weather conditions. But we know how good his natural pace is here, Kiri. And there's no pressure on his shoulders, really. And he's finished on the podium here as well. So for me, there's no reason why Takamoto Katsuta should not be on the podium. I think he's doing a superb job. And fingers crossed this weekend, it comes together for him.
All right, well, a very glamorous lady has just stepped up to do the grid walk of Meet the Crew. So let's hand over to Bex Williams.
It's nice to see you again here in Japan.
Thank you very much. So we get underway and have a chat with our first drivers. I am alongside former world champion from 1994, Didier Auriol, everyone, and co-driver Denis Giroudet. A huge amount of experience combined between you two gentlemen. Didier, fantastic to see you here at Rally Japan. You have never rallied in Japan previously. Why did you decide to come and do this event?
For different reasons. I mean, I was invited by a friend who built a small car, Spark, and by the owner Fit Easy. So, and also it was he invited me, and it was very important for me because it's 30 years Saturday. Then I won the title in '94. It's one of the reasons. And also it's because it was a Toyota, you know. And I remember in '94 we come here because we were world champion. I come in Japan, and I have so many people fan, and it's incredible to see how it's big and lot of so many people here. And maybe this only in Japan we can find that. So thank you to the fan.
You're absolutely right. Good luck this weekend, Didier. Thank you very much.
さあ、その94年にトヨタのセリカ GT4 でねチャンピオンを取ったディディエ・オリエル選手なんですが、日本でラリーをするのは初めてなんだけれども、ここに来るにはとても意味があったんだと。やっぱりまた日本に戻ってきてね、トヨタで取ったこのチャンピオンシップに名残になる日本でまたラリーをしたかったんだということで楽しみにしていることです。皆さんぜひ応援してください。
And now we are alongside Toshi Arai. It is fantastic to see you competing again here, Toshi, at your home event. It's been a busy year for you, competition-wise, here in Japan. How much are you looking forward to this event?
Japanese?
In English first and then Japanese.
So I'm very looking forward to the big fight with Didier because he's world champion. So I respect too much for you. Yeah.
And in Japanese for us as well, please.
すごくね楽しみにしてるんですけど、まあディディエがいるので、ディディエと一緒に楽しみたいと思います。
It's fantastic to see you in this car as well, and this is your second appearance now at this Rally Japan on Tarmac.
Yeah, and that car is quite good and good looking, but just a little bit bigger than another car, but very good car. Yes.
Excellent, Toshi. Good luck this weekend. Thank you very much.
はい、尊敬する選手たちとね一緒にラリーをするのもすごい楽しみとおっしゃっていた新井選手ですけど、ぜひ今週末もたくさんの活躍をぜひ見せてください。新井選手でした。それでは PR さん、お願いします。
さあ、それではですね、こちら今度はですね国内ドライバーということで、そのお隣の選手ご紹介してまいります。地元の皆さん、はい、ぜひ応援よろしくお願いしますね。お二人とももう本当にここが地元でございます。トヨタガズーレーシング WRJ のですね新海智之選手、安藤雄一選手です。さあ、新海さん、ラリージャパンね、またトヨタスタジアムに帰ってきましたけども、今年はどんな大会にしたいですか？
そうですね、去年は最後はすごくいい思い出になったんですけど、はい、去年のこの後の SS1 でねちょっとジャンプしちゃって車壊しちゃったんでそうでした、そういうことがないように、はい、慎重に入って、で道自体はねとてもなんか高速コースも混じって面白そうなんで、楽しみにしてます。
そうですか、はい。
So Shinkai is a local driver, and last year was actually a good event for him, but he had a bit of an incident here on the jump on Super Special, so he looks forward to improving that a little bit. But it's a great event with different types of surface, so it's very challenging and it should be a good event. He's really looking forward to it.
はい、ありがとうございます。さあ、そして地元といえばもう安藤選手はだってもうトヨタ生まれでしょ？トヨタ生まれっていうのもめちゃめちゃ地元でしょ？
デッキの時にですね、他の選手皆さんも見たと思うんですけど、ちょうど今桜が咲いてるエリアがトヨタあるんですよ。
そうなの？
はい、そこの小原村っていうところの生まれで、もうまさに地元を走り回るという。
じゃあもう逆に目をつぶってコトラができるぐらいですね。全部道を覚えてるっていう感じだ。さあじゃあファンの皆さん、地元の方応援いっぱいいらっしゃるので、ぜひ意気込みをお願いします。
はい、まあね、去年言ったようにね、まさにこのジャンプ台でね、アクシデントが起きて、そのおかげで形が変わったという
バレました。
言わないとか。まあなので、そういう意味でもね、完全な形で笑顔でねフィニッシュする、そういうラリーにしていきたいと思ってます。
はい。
So Wando is a real local driver. He's actually from the area that's famous for sakura blossoms here in Toyota City. And as just mentioned by Shinkai, last year there was a bit of an incident on the jump, and maybe this is why they changed the form this year. But in general, of course, it's really pleasant to be here co-driving at my home ground, because this is really when you feel the support of the people, and really looking forward to that.
はい、ありがとうございました。さあ地元ですよ、皆さん応援よろしくお願いします。新海智之選手、安藤雄一選手でした。大きな拍手をどうぞ。ありがとうございました。さあ続いて参りましょう。さあ続いてはこちらも人気チームでございます。昨年はですね、もうポディアムでもう本当に大喜びの2人だったんです。村田康介選手、梅本まどか選手です。大きな拍手をどうぞ。まずは村田選手、昨年以上にまたね狙っちゃいそうな感じですけども、意気込みを聞かせてください。
はい、そうですね。3年目になるんですけども、一昨年が3位、去年2位やったんで、今年はあれを取りに行きます。
ちゃうといけないから、あれをね、皆さんあれを狙いたいそうです。拍手よろしくお願いします。村田選手頑張っていただきましょう。難しいよ通訳。
Yeah, the objective for this year is to improve on last year's results and actually maybe compete with Oriol, because this is a great chance to do so.
はい、さあそして梅本まどか選手です。大きな拍手をどうぞ。
はい、頑張ります。コドライバーの梅本まどかです。
はい、じゃあファンの皆さんいっぱいいると思うんで意気込みを聞かせてください。
そうですね、トヨタスタジアムはいい思い出しかないので、最後またねピエールさんに名前を呼んでもらえるように頑張りたいと思います。応援よろしくお願いします。
はい、まあ長い道のりだと思いますけど、コドライバー本当大変な道の数々だと思いますけど。
3年目なんで大丈夫です。
あ、そうですか。喉の調子は大丈夫ですか。
バッチリです。
バッチリね。
はい、村田選手も会社で昇進してるんで、この感じでトントントンといけるんじゃないかなって思ってます。
上げ上げですね。はい、お願いします。
Yeah, so Morata has been working on his driving, so we're really looking to improve our results, and our objective for the event is to actually have our name in the upper line of the results in Sunday.
はい、ありがとうございました。村田光一選手、梅本まどか選手、大きな拍手をお送りください。さあでは続いてまいりましょう。はい、失礼いたしますよ。さあ続いてはこちらも注目のチームになりますよ。国内ドライバー平川真子選手、石田和樹選手です。よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
平川選手、世界デビューになりますね。
はい、去年このスタジアムでちょっと見て、皆さんの熱い走りにちょっとグッと感動してたんですけど、まさか自分が出れるとは思わず、ちょっとものすごく楽しみです。
はい。
Last year I was spectating here and never thought I would be competing here. It's extremely exciting.
はい、そしてまあね、今年は世界へのチャレンジも自分も飛び込んでみて、改めてラリーという競技がすごい競技で好きになったと思いますけど、どんな意気込みですか、この大会。
そうですね、明日なんか兄の亮も来るみたいなんですけども、兄に負けずかっこいい走りができるように頑張りたいと思いますので、皆さんももっとなんかラリーが大好きになったって思っていただければ、私もすごく嬉しいので、応援よろしくお願いします。
My brother is also a competitor, so I want to show him that I can compete as well, and I really appreciate everybody coming to support us. Thank you.
はい、さあ皆さんもご存知の方多いと思いますけれども、トヨタのウェックチームで、最終戦でも優勝を飾りましたレーサーの、平川亮選手の妹さんでいらっしゃいます。皆さんこれからも覚えてくださいね。応援よろしくお願いします。平川真子選手。さあそして、コドライバーの石田選手、一言、意気込みをお願いします。
はい、世界デビューの平川真子選手を、全力でサポートしてまいります。平川真子選手の応援よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございます。
I'm here to support my driver, and I would like to ask everyone to do likewise.
はい、ということでお二人のもうコンビネーションバッチリでございます。こちらのチームも皆さん応援よろしくお願いします。大きな拍手をどうぞ。ありがとうございました。平川真子選手、石田和樹選手でした。さあ、ということで以上でセッション1は終了となります。この次はセッション2に続きます。さあ、水村リアちゃん、今どこかな。リアちゃんお願いします。
はい、私こちらにいます。さあ、それではミートザクルセッション2 WRC3 クラスからいきたいと思います。Bex, please.
Yeah, thank you, Giovanni. It's great to have you here. It's your first time competing at Rally Japan. So tell me, what have you thought of the whole experience so far? What have you thought of the roads here?
Yeah, we are really happy to be here in Japan. It's a dream, and the roads are really beautiful, like in Corsica, and let's try to do the best.
はい、今回初めて日本に来て日本でラリーをするジョバンニ・ロッシ選手なんですが、日本の印象どうといったところもうね、風景が素晴らしくて本当にこの週末楽しめるといいなといったことをおっしゃっています。ジョバンニ・ロッシ選手、キリアン・サルメザン選手でした。応援よろしくお願いします。
Big thank you to Giovanni Rossi and co-driver Kilian Sarmasan there. We're with Diego Dominguez now and Rogelio Pinate, WRC3 champions for this year. Talk to me, Diego, about your feelings on Rally Japan, because again, first time for you here.
Well, first of all, konbanwa Japan, and yeah, this is one of the most difficult and nicest rallies I've ever been to. A lot of people everywhere, roads very twisty, very tricky, and yeah, it's gonna be tough, and I'm just gonna be happy to get through Sunday.
はい、また同じく日本で初めてラリーなんですが、今年の WRC3 クラスのチャンピオンのタイトルを獲得してますディエゴ・ドミンゲス選手なんですが、もうちょっと走ってみた感想、道もちょっとトゥイスティーです。難しい週末になるかと思うんですけど、楽しみたいなとおっしゃっています。今年のチャンピオン、この週末どんな走りを見せてくれるか楽しみですね。
Now we're just alongside the car of Heikki Kovalainen, and I have to bow because Akio Toyota is here also. Heikki, fantastic to have you back competing here at Rally Japan with Saiki Tagawa alongside. Your third time competing at this event. How much are you looking forward to it? What's the target this weekend?
Yeah, I'm absolutely looking forward to this event. It's always the best event of the year, and it's been an eventful year for myself. You know, I have been out of the rallying for a while, but I'm back now and feeling good, and with this new Yaris, so I'm really looking forward to the event. Tough competition, so I don't know how we'll end up, but the main thing is to try to finish the rally, and if I get a good feeling, I'll give it a 100% push for sure.
はい、なんと豊田章男会長まで応援に駆けつけていたヘイキ・コバライネン選手、北川彩選手なんですが、久しぶりにこのラリージャパン戻ってきてラリーが久しぶりにするのをすごい楽しみにしています。ちょっとタフな、ね、週末が予想されてはいるんですけれども、なんかちょっといい予感がしているのでちょっと期待したいですとおっしゃっています。ヘイキ・コバライネン選手、そして北川選手のパフォーマンスに注目してください。頑張ってください。
So, incredible atmosphere here in the stadium right now. How are you feeling ahead of your home event in Japanese sport?
Thank you. こんなにたくさんの方に来ていただいてありがとうございます。7時からめっちゃ速い車が走りますので、ぜひ手を振って応援してください。全力で走ります。
はい、ありがとうございます。皆さん全力で手を振って応援しましょう。頑張ってください。
Okay, we're moving on now to the car of Josh McAlean and James Fulton. Josh, I believe it was a little bit of a last-minute decision to come here to Rally Japan. First time for you. You've experienced a little bit of what it's all about so far. What do you think? What do you think of the atmosphere in this stadium, for one?
Yeah, it's something we're not used to back at home. The only thing is I'm not sure about the food yet.
You're not sure about the food, no?
No spods, so we don't know.
We'll have to get you some potatoes in there. But going to be a tough weekend, yeah?
Yeah, tough weekend, lots of corners to go through, and conditions are unknown, but hey, we're here to have fun and enjoy it, so that's the main thing.
はい、同じくジョシュア・マカーリン先生は日本では初めてなんですけれども、ちょっとこの雰囲気本当にすごくこのスタジアムから楽しんでいますとのことなんですが、まだ美味しい日本食が見つけられていないということなので、ぜひ、マカーリン選手に美味しい日本食を皆さん教えてあげてください。Good luck!
And now we move on to the car of Jan Solans, who we've seen do great things this year, of course. A win in Rally Portugal, but it is your first time experiencing the roads of Rally Japan, Jan. Very, very different from anything we have on the championship. What do you think?
Well, as you said, it's my first time here. First of all, I want to say thanks to Toyota, WRC promoter, and also all of the Philippines for bringing me the opportunity to be here. It's an amazing experience, and I hope to learn as much as possible on these tricky roads.
I think it is going to be a tricky weekend, but, you know, we expect a lot from you now because we've seen your performances on Tarmac. You are a strong Tarmac driver, Jan. What's the aim this weekend?
Yes, but at the same time, I haven't been driving on Tarmac since Rally Monte Carlo, so it's been like 11 months without practice on Tarmac, and we need to find again the feeling to be on the top.
はい、このシーズンのポルトガル大会でトヨタ GR ヤリスラリーで、今シーズン初めての優勝を飾った、ヤン・ソランス選手とロドリゴ・サンファン選手なんですが、やっぱり今年、日本で初めてラリーをすると、もうすごく走ってみてトリッキーな道でちょっと難しそうかなと思うんですが、支えてくれた、サポーターの皆さんに感謝をしながらこの週末楽しみたいと思います。そのことです。23号車ヤン・ソランス選手とロドリゴ・サンファン選手に大きな声援を送ってください。
I'm loving the fact that co-driver Maciek Szczepaniak has to get his driver into position here. We're with Kaito Kaitanovic. Kaito, you are no stranger to Rally Japan. You were on the podium here last year. It's a unique rally. It's demanding. It's tough. Is it one of the biggest tarmac challenges we have?
Probably for us, yes. It's my second rally, tarmac rally for this year, in this year. So this is big challenge. But first of all, the atmosphere is great, amazing, like always here. Even on the road section is fantastic. So many people, let's say, so much people. You know what I mean? It's great to be here again.
はい、ラリージャパンはもう常連の目をよく知っているでしょうというカエタノビッチ選手なんですが、この、スタジアムの頭の雰囲気も素晴らしいですし、道はちょっと難しいんですけれども、この週末も期待したいとのことです。
Maciek, let's chat to you now about the challenge from a co-driver's perspective at this rally. How tough and demanding is it? How much do you enjoy Rally Japan? Because every year it seems to be something a little bit new here.
Yeah, that's true. But to be honest, if you think about Corsica, which was called the Rally of the 10,000 corners, I think Japan is Rally of the 15,000 corners. So for the co-drivers, it's really, really demanding. We basically are not stopping talking for the 3 days at all.
You're going to be a busy man. Thank you very much, Maciek.
もう今までもすごく大変な大会はあったんですけれども、この日本も同じぐらいやっぱすごい忙しい週末になりそうですし、多分この4日間喋り続けて声が枯れちゃいそうだねとのことです。22号車カエタノビッチ選手、マチェイチ・シパニック選手に大きな応援を皆さん送ってください。頑張ってください。
Thank you very much, Kaito. Let's move on now to Nikolai Gryzin and Konstantin Alexandrov, and a very special livery on this car this weekend. Nikolai, you've gone for the comic book, the manga strip, and it looks amazing. Tell us a little bit about the idea behind the livery here.
It was the idea a long time ago, because I'm a big fan of Mr. Shigeno and his projects with the anime and manga, so this was my favorite one. Not when I was the child, I was already adult, and I started to watch this anime, and I was the dream to do this livery, especially for Japan. So even last year we already has the Tofu Fujiwara sign on the last year car. So this time we just do properly full livery.
Yeah, it does look incredible. So Initial D is the comic strip then that you've taken it from. And what have the fans thought of it so far? Are they liking it?
It's crazy about the fans. People super happy, and I got a lot of presents with the Initial D stuff, like pillows, towels, and etc. So one more time, arigatou gozaimasu, all the fans who are giving the gifts and coming to cheer up me.
Thank you.
はい、日本の皆さんにはもうおなじみですよね。イニシャル D 大好きの、ニコラ・グリアージン選手なんですが、このカラーリング、日本でこのカラーリングで走ることが夢だったんだと、今年これが叶ったとても嬉しいよとのことです。
Konstantin, let's have a quick chat with you. We're in the stadium, Toyota Stadium this evening. The fans have been incredible. Nikolai's already mentioned it. You know, when you come here as a competitor, how does it feel to have the support of all these fans?
just amazing feeling because standing in the middle of the big field, see all the fans around, you're just feeling yourself like something outstanding, and it's a big pleasure.
It is a big pleasure. Thank you very much, Konstantin, Nikolai. We're going to move on to our next car now within WRC2. And it's quite a big car to go and have a chat with. It is Sami Pajari and Eni Malkinen, who are fighting for the WRC2 championship this weekend. Building up the pressure here, Sami. I'm sure you both have been feeling it all week. Talk to me about how you're feeling now, though. You're here, you've done shakedown this morning, you're about to do the opening stage. How are you feeling about the fight for the title?
Yeah, the feeling is good. Yes, so feeling is really, really good. We had a quite nice shakedown anyway, and nice to see so many people here, and especially when the weather is about to be more consistent. I think it will be a nice rally, even though it will be tricky for sure.
はい、注目選手ですね、サミー・パイアリ選手なんですが、この日本、ちょっとトリッキーなウィーケンドのコンディションが予想されますが、とても楽しみにしているし、このチャンピオン争いをする中に戦うのもすごい楽しみにしているよとのことです。
Sami, tell me about the stages here, because we've talked to a few drivers already. They've said they're tricky, they said they're demanding. How do you find them?
Yeah, those are demanding. That's quite easy to say, but it's really narrow and twisty in most of the places. Also with some more fast sections, but yeah, it's more on the twisty and narrow side. But also I think there is many trip changes which will make the driving more tricky, even if the weather is consistent.
はい、この日本をね走ってみてやっぱりすごいトゥイスティーな道が多かったりとか難しいコンディションの道が多いんですけれども、さらにちょっとこの週末の天気がまたこのコンディションをちょっと怪しくさせるので、ちょっと不安なところもあるけれども、自信を持って挑みたいとのことです。
We turn now to co-driver Eni Malkinen. You two have had such success this year, Eni. You are flying the flag for females in motorsport at this high level in rallying. How are you feeling ahead of the weekend? Because it's a big one for both of you. What's your feeling right now?
I'm really happy to be here. I really love Japan. All the people, they are so nice and kind. Stages are tricky, but I like those also, so I'm really happy to be here.
はい、このライバーのエニ・マルコネン選手なんですが、私は日本がとても大好きとのことです。人もとても温かいですし、あとは、ちょっとお酒をたしなむのも日本はすごく楽しいですねとのことです。日本を楽しんでこのラリージャパンの週末も楽しんでいただければと思います。
I'm going to just bring it back to Sami. I just mentioned to Eni, you've had a fantastic season out there. The wins on the board showing how strong you are out there, Sami. How satisfied are you with the season that you've had?
Yeah, the season has been really, really strong for us. Anyway, it's nice to be in a situation that we are fighting about the championship in the last round. So that means that the season has been really, really strong anyway, which was it was really nice to see, of course, with a new car in the beginning of the season. So I think we overdid basically already the hopes what we had. So yeah, it has been really, really strong season anyway. But now it's just one more little thing at the end to make it home, I would say.
はい、このシーズン最初から、調子がよくってすごくいいシーズンを過ごせてはくれてはいるんですけれども、シーズン序盤はやっぱり新しい車だったりとか、それなりに苦戦していたところはあるんですけれども、あと一歩この最後の最終戦で何かもう少しつかめればいいなとのことです。素晴らしいラリージャパンの週末にしてほしいですね。
And finally, for both of you, what would it mean to be able to win the WRC2 title here in Japan? I know you have to be first or second to be able to do it. What would it mean to you, Sami, firstly?
I mean, of course, it would be really nice. I think in most of the cases it's more nice to win than lose. So anyway, it would be really, really nice. But I mean, it's still a tricky rally with some really tough competitors. So it won't be easy to take the championship victory anyway. But we will just we have like a put head down, stay focused and do our thing, and then we will see what happens.
はい、この日本ラリージャパンで、タイトルを取るという意味はどれだけの価値がありますかとの質問に対して、もちろん勝つことはどの大会でも意味があるし、いつも目指していることなんだけれども、とにかくこの週末は集中して自分たちのやるべきことをやって、勝ちを目指したいと思いますとのことです。
And finally to you, Annie, what would it mean to you to be able to seal the title here?
A lot, but let's see. First, we need to drive.
Very wise words.
はい、私にとってもとても価値のある意味のある大会になると思います。でもまずは、集中してドライブすることと、もうドライバーらしい、素晴らしいコメントをいただきました。さあこの週末注目のお二人をぜひ応援してください。25勝サミー・パヤリ選手、ヤンニ・マルコネン選手です。皆さん応援よろしくお願いします。
Thank you very much to Sami Pajari and Annie Malkinen.
さあということで水村さん、ベックスさん、ミート・ザ・クルーのセッション2ありがとうございました。お疲れ様でした。さてこの後なんですけれども、皆さんにはですねミート・ザ・クルーのいよいよ最後、セッション3はですね、はい、ラリー1のドライバーたちにお話を伺う時間になりますので、長らくお待たせしているラリー1のファンの皆さん、まもなくドライバーたちの声が皆さんに届くと思います。さあだんだんと気温の方も下がってきまして、そしてですねこの後控えております、トヨタスタジアムスーパー SS、今日のですね SS1 いよいよ競技の開始の時刻も近づいてきております。本当に競技が始まりますとですね、演出の都合上場内の照明もですね暗くなったりする瞬間もございますので、今一度ですね皆さん、こちらのですね会場でお過ごしの際は、お手回り品の管理、それから小さなお子様連れの方、どうぞですねお子様がびっくりとかされませんように、そして迷子にならないように、ぜひですね皆さん今のうちに、しっかりと場所、それからお子様には暗くなっても驚かないようにお伝えいただきたいと思います。さあどうやらですねカウントダウンの時間、今ちょうどですねビジョンの方も見ているとあと30秒ぐらいでメディアの時間も終了になりますかね。取材の方の時間が終了になると、さあこの後はセッション3ということで、皆さんにはですねこの後トップドライバーたちのインタビューをお届けできると思います。もう少々準備までお待ちいただきたいと思います。
Brief interruption in Bex's grid walk. The Meet the Crews will continue. This is just where the drivers and co-drivers just mull around for a bit. These three have been chatting a long while behind us as well.
Yeah, that's an interesting conversation for sure, isn't it? You know, you wonder, you learn an awful lot from people's body language, don't you? And I tell you what, that's a brave cameraman getting in that close as well, listening to what's going on. You've got Cyril there, and obviously Andreas Hoyt and Thierry having a chat about the plans for the weekend, and ultimately it is a big weekend for them. They've all got a team game to play as well.
Yeah, big team game. Do you know what? We'll just walk you down here, shall we, Chenny? So you can see Andreas Mikkelsen back in business this weekend. We asked Cyril Abiteboul in Central Europe, would Andreas Mikkelsen be back? He said to me, well, that's the plan, and the plan has worked so far, so we'll stick to the plan. Fair enough. It's been a pretty good year for the plan in all.
Yeah, look, I think Andreas has struggled a little bit in the car, hasn't he? We were talking about it this morning. He wasn't, when we arrived in Monte Carlo, he just couldn't get the thing hooked up. But he has made some significant changes to the setup. He did a rally in Spain just a week ago, and it certainly helped. They have made setup changes. Hopefully, that will translate into pace this weekend, certainly for the manufacturer's side. That's what they need.
Got a lot to prove. So we are talking about the main event, the Drivers' Championship title, the manufacturers. There's a lot of seats up for grabs, or uncertainty around a lot of seats for next year.
For sure. You know, we talk about silly season starting, and it's an odd one because I feel like nothing's really exactly nothing's been confirmed. Normally by this point of the year we know where people are going,
or at least a general idea.
Yeah, and that hasn't really been the case. I think Toyota, we've got a rough idea of what's going on at Toyota, but certainly Hyundai and M Sport, there's going to be changes, Kiri. So yeah, it's certainly interesting going into
next year.
Now I've
just whizzed us round in a circle because we've got all of the Toyota as well. This is a big weekend for them. They have had, as you were talking about, and shakedown, a podium lockout before here. They want that again. It means so much here in Japan for Toyota. They've got a lot to take on.
You're quite right. I mean, the 1, 2, 3 last year, and doing it at home is very special. But their main aim this weekend is certainly the Manufacturers' Championship for sure. I think Toyota have been really good this year. They've certainly been the most consistent for sure. So look, let's see what they can do this weekend.
All right. Well, you just heard Bex, and so did I. So let's hand back.
Here's the team principal. Firstly, Rich, what an amazing sight we've got tonight. You know, we've got a lot of people who've come out to support the crews, which the boys are loving. What are you thinking of the atmosphere here in Japan?
Always incredible to come here with such passionate fans and such knowledgeable fans. It's so good to see so many here. So really nice to be back again.
It is really nice to be back. What's the plan then? As you know, you've got the boys here right now. What's the instruction? What do you want them to do out there on this final round of the season?
Get in the way of the others. And do the best we can. Get some more podiums.
Yeah, is a win possible this weekend for Mr. Formo next to you? No pressure, Adrian.
Everything's possible.
Everything is possible. Okay, that's a good line. We'll let that be translated for everyone to hear that.
はい、チームプリンシパルのミレナプリンシパルなんですが、この週末またこのラリージャパンに戻ってくれて本当に嬉しいと、皆さんのから伝わるこの熱心なパッションだったりとかを感じることができて本当に嬉しいです。この週末はね、もう1台でも多く表彰台を獲得して、みんなの間に割ってベストを尽くしたいと思いますとのことです。
はい、リチャード・ミルナーさん、大きな拍手をどうぞ。Thank you.
Let's give the microphone then to Adrian Formo. 4 podiums already this year. Can you finish the year with another podium? Is a win a potential here, Adrian? What are you thinking? What's going through your French brain right now?
Thank you. I'm just going to try my best to get my first podium on Tarmac. I'm chasing it, but sometimes you need to be a bit patient. But for sure, it's a lovely rally, nice history. All the fans are really nice with us, so it's a warm welcome from them. So we can only enjoy it. It's the last event of the season. It's will be a big party for everybody. It's a big fight also for the others. So we just want to enjoy and give the maximum, and let's see where we go. But if we can do the podium and the win, yes, I'll go for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been an incredible season for you, hasn't it? How much have you enjoyed it?
Oh, I really enjoyed every rally. It was really nice. We get the fight with the others for the podium, at least of the championship, for a long time. So it was really entertainment for us, and I couldn't expect better for my coming back on the Rally 1.
Thank you, Adrian.
Thank you.
はい、今シーズン4回表彰台をすでに獲得しているエイドリアン・フルモ選手なんですが、ターマックで初めての表彰台を今週末は狙っていますとのことです。ファンもねすごいたくさんいつもいて本当にみんなナイスだし、今週末は楽しんで最後優勝の美で飾りたいとのことです。楽しみですね。
ね、はい、アドリアン・フルモ選手、そしてコドライバーのアレクサンドル・コリア選手に大きな拍手を送りましょう。Thank you. And next.
Thank you very much. Let's turn to Gregoire Monster now. Then we've talked about the atmosphere in the stadium with quite a few people now. But what do you think of Japan itself, the culture here? What are you enjoying most, Gregoire? Are you into the food? Do you like a bit of singing? What's going on?
Not much time for singing.
I think you'd have a really good voice, right?
Yeah, no.
Right now.
Should he sing right now?
Yeah, exactly, right now.
So, I know they like rock, paper, scissors. So I prefer to do that than singing.
But you enjoy being here. I mean, it's an incredible sight with the fans. The stages are really challenging for you guys as well, yes?
Yeah, exactly. Really tricky stages. The weather seems a bit nicer for this edition, but yeah, generally quite a narrow stage. A lot of corners, so not easy with such big cars and so much power. But that's the same challenge for everyone. And but it's nice to see all the fans. I have the feeling every year it's a bit more, so really nice and cool to see.
Thank you, Gregoire.
はい、グレコマル選手、この日本来てみてどうという質問に、なんかいいね食べ物だったりとか、なんか楽しいことあった、歌うとかどうみたいなことを言ってた。いい声してるから歌ったらいいじゃないかってみんなからねちょっと話されて。今歌えってね言ってましたけど。歌は今日はお披露されないとのことなんですが、まあこの週末ね本当楽しんで進めたいかなと思っていますとのことです。この日本は道がとても狭かったりとか、すごいトリッキーで、まあちょっと天気は今日良かったので、まあ天気は良さそうかなと思ってるんですけれども、もうこんなに大きくてパワーのある車にとってはすごく大変なラリージャパンになることはみんなに共通していたと思うので、まずは楽しんで今週末頑張りたいなとのことです。
はい、ということでグレゴア・ミュースター選手、そしてルイ・ルーカ選手です。大きな拍手を送りましょう。 Thank you グレゴア。さあということで M スポーツフォードをご紹介しました。皆さんありがとうございました。 Thank you guys。じゃあ続いてのチーム参りましょう。さあ続いては皆さん地元チームになりますトヨタガズーレーシングの皆さんです。大きな拍手を送りましょう。ではリアちゃん、はい。
So now we are going to do TGR. So next, please.
Thank you very much. Yes, we're with the Toyota team this weekend, and we're kicking off with team principal Jari-Matti Latvala. Jari-Matti, what a weekend we have in prospect. Last round of the year, and it's a huge battle in the Manufacturers' Championship between you and Hyundai. Got a bit of a twinkle in your eye and a smile on your face. How tough is this battle going to be this weekend, and how much are the team up for it, Jari-Matti?
Konbanwa. And yes, it's going to be a very exciting weekend coming up, and I must say that it's a different position where we have been in the combat past years. Now we were the ones who were hunted, and now we need to hunt Hyundai. But we had a bit of a meeting with the drivers yesterday, and we have a little plan, and I know that they need to perform really high level, but they have done it in Chile, and I know they can do it. Of course, we need a little bit luck on our side as well, but I say to them, I can't blame you if you don't try, but I blame you if you don't try.
はい、ヤリー・ラトラバー代表なんですけれども、ちょっとマニファクチャラーのねタイトル争いも拮抗している中ですが、ちょっと笑顔が見えるけどどうなの今週末という、質問に、こんばんは皆さんとも日本語から始まりましたけれども、この週末本当に楽しみにしてきてはきたんですけれども、今までとはちょっと違って今年は追われる側ではなく追う側なので、ちょっと緊張感もある週末かなと思っています。で、選手たちもねこの間、ミーティングをしたんですけれども、ちょっと僕たちにはプランがあるんだということで、なんですかね、ちょっと楽しみですね。はい。
Let's turn our attention now then to Elfyn Evans, who was of course last year's winner here at Rally Japan. It is one of the most demanding tarmac events we see on the championship calendar. How's it shaping up this year, Elfyn, and is it possible to put it on the top step to round off the season?
Well, of course, that would be nice, and it's always part of the plan, let's say. But of course, it's a pretty tricky weekend ahead of us. Some very demanding stages, but that's the same for everyone. So there's an opportunity ahead of us, and we have to try and do our best to do what we can to help the case.
Now, last year, your co-driver promised me that he would sing if you won the rally. You did win the rally, and he stayed true to his promise, and he sang, along with Sébastien Ogier last year, at the press conference. Do you think that maybe, if you do it this time around, you might sing, Elfyn?
I'm not promising anything.
Scott, let's quickly turn to you. Let's let Elfyn be translated first, and then we'll have a word with Scott.
はい、この週末どのような気持ちで迎えてますか。去年はね優勝して、素晴らしいステージを見せてくれたんですけれども、今週末はまた難しいステージが、待ち受けてる週末かなと思うんですけれども、なんか去年勝ったらベックスさんにコードライバーさんが歌うっていう約束をしていたみたいなんですが、今年はじゃあ、歌ってくれるんですか、エヴァンス選手と言ったら、僕は歌わないかなと言っていますけれども、
ということでスコットが今マイクを持ってます。ベックス。
あ、スコット。Let's have a chat with Scott Martin now then, our singer from last year. Are the vocal cords warmed up? Maybe you're getting ready for this year?
Yeah, do you want me to do a little number now?
Would you like to sing now?
今歌ってくれるかもしれない。
No, I'll wait for the full house on Sunday.
He's a little bit shy. Jari-Matti just said, you know, everyone's got to give their absolute best out there. Everyone wants to try. You up for the fight this weekend? You ready for those notes?
Yep.
Precision perfect.
Yep. I'll try and sing them out in perfect timing. And no, as a team, we're like fully motivated. We know what we've got to do. It's ours to go and get it. So yeah, you know, it's a difficult rally. You always need a bit of luck on side. So we're going to hope for that and yeah, give it our all.
Okay, thank you, Scott.
さあ去年ね勝ったら歌ってくれると約束したんですけど、ちょっと今から歌うのかっていやもうここではやめとこうかなというおっしゃってますけど、今週末チームとしてもみんなモチベーション高く挑んでますし、もちろんすごく大変な週末になることは間違いないと思うんですけれども、みんなチーム一丸となって頑張りますとのことです。
はい、エルフィン・エヴァンス選手、スコット・マーティン選手、大きな拍手をどうぞお送りください。Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's have a chat with Sébastien Ogier, our 8-time World Rally Champion. Seb, Japan never disappoints, does it? Amazing atmosphere in here, brilliant roads for you this weekend, and a big challenge to try and win that manufacturer's crown. How are you feeling?
Yeah, very good. Like you say, it never disappoints. It's a pleasure to be here in front of a big crowd and see a lot of them actually wearing, of course, Toyota Gazoo Racing color. So. Yeah, we need that this weekend. We come here with a clear target. Jari Matti have explained it. So pretty simple. We need to be at our best this weekend, but it's nice to come in the last race of the season with still this hope alive and with motivation. So yeah, let's do it.
はい、この週末また日本に戻ってくる方とても嬉しいとおっしゃっている、大勢選手なんですけれども、トヨタのホームでもあるし皆さんの前でいいところを見せたいなとおっしゃってます。本当に今週末やることはシンプルでベストを尽くすこと、チームのみんなもモチベーション高く、今週末挑むので皆さん応援してくださいとのことで楽しみですね。
はい、ありがとうございました。セバスチャン・オージェ選手、そしてコドライバーのバンサン・ランデ選手、大きな拍手をお送りください。ありがとう。
Thank you very much to Seb and of course Vincent Londe alongside in the co-driving seat. We're going to have a chat though with Takamoto Katsuta. Taka, your home event, and as always it is a delight to see you with a big smile on your face here. Everyone loves Taka, whether you're in this team, that team, that team. I think you're a service park favourite and a fan favourite. How are you feeling ahead of your home event? Are you ready to go out there and do the business this weekend?
Is it English or Japanese?
Both.
Both. Okay.
You're
Sorry.
a talented man. You can do both.
Yeah, of course, I'm very excited to come back here, and so amazing to see all the fans already last night and today, and so many fans already everywhere. So I'm very happy to see all of them. Yeah, this weekend going to be very challenging for everybody. So I try to do my best, but I need to wait kind of word from the principal or engineers to sending me a message to push. Otherwise, I need to be steady. So let's see.
I'm sure Aaron will keep you on track with that. If you want to say some words to the fans in Japanese as well, Taka, and to everyone watching around the world.
皆さんこんばんは。本当にありがとうございます。昨年、一昨年とこれで3年目となるラリージャパンですけど、皆さんのおかげで、そして関係者の皆さんのおかげでまずここ3年目つなぐことができて、より多くのファンの方が見に来られてます。僕もドライバーとしてさらに盛り上げていけるように、来年再来年につなげていけるように全力で走るので、最後まで全ドライバーの応援よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございます。ということでトヨタガズーレーシングのメンバーに大きな拍手を送りましょう。 Have a good weekend。 では続いていきましょう。さあ続いてはいやー、なんかでも静かにね、その時が近づいてきてるのはちょっとこのコース上で感じますよね。
いよいよ最後のチームのインタビューになるので、いよいよ間もなく。
はい、さあということで皆さんにはまずは大きな拍手をいただきましょうか。ヒョンデシェルモビスチームの皆さんです。大きな拍手を送りましょう。 Please welcome.
So big street.
Welcome to the Hyundai Mobis World Rally team. Now full lineup. We've got Cyril Abitable, team principal, first up. Cyril, a special weekend for the team. You will crown a driver's champion this weekend. There's still the big battle in the manufacturers as well. It's all come down to the last round of the season. That's pretty special.
Yeah, absolutely. That's special to see that, and in particular to do that here in Japan, which is clearly a ground for rally. It's very special to be so close to Toyota, who's been such an important player in the sport. But indeed, this year, we feel like it's been a little bit our year, at least on the driver's side. So would you pick between those two?
Ooh, it's a difficult choice, right? Who would you pick?
I know. I can't answer on that one, as you can imagine. And then there is a manufacturer, because, obviously the driver title was always a target for this year, because that's something that's been missing and very well deserved by any of the two crews who will win it. But as a manufacturer, we also care for the manufacturer championship, so we'll be pushing hard. So there is a clear target that has been set between these three cars to try and help in those two grounds. So let's see, but at the end of the day, we know that the fan will want something, which is a great rally.
はい、このラリージャパンで戦ったことは僕にとってもとてもスペシャルというシリル、チーム代表なんですけれども、このモータースポーツにとても根強いトヨタのホームで戦うことは僕にとってはとても意味があるなと、今回この大会でドライバータイトルがかかっているドライバー2人もうちのチームにあって、僕的には本当どっちも選べないんだよねという悩ましいところなんですけれども、マニュファクチャラータイトルもかかっていますし、3台でプッシュしてこの週末いい成績で終わりたいなとのことですね。
はい、チーム代表のシリル・アブデビルさん、ありがとうございました。 Thank you. And
Let's turn now then to Thierry Neuville, who is, of course, our championship leader and the man who's hoping for the ultimate glory this weekend. I think this is going to be probably the longest weekend of your career, potentially waiting to get to the end of it. There's still a huge battle, obviously, in the Manufacturers' Championship. How are you feeling ahead of it, though? Because all of the dreams over all of the years could come true this weekend.
Yeah, obviously, I think it could be the longest, but it could also be the nicest weekend, and that's what we are hoping for this weekend. I think we have our targets clear in mind as a team, but also individually for me and Martin. So we know what we have to do. Nevertheless, it won't be an easy weekend, that's for sure. I mean, Japan rally stages have always a surprise for us, and yeah, we need to open wide our eyes and try to get through the stages on a good rhythm and be there to support the team if necessary and if we can. That will be our target here this weekend and bring home, yeah, that I think well-deserved title. But yeah, it's all to play for still.
はい、ティエリー・ヌービル選手なんですが、この週末あなたにとってもしかしたら一番長く感じる週末なんじゃないというベックスの質問に関して、本当に長い週末にはなりそうなんですけれども、とても気持ちは高く、モチベーション高く、すごいナイスなフィーリングを感じているとのことです。ただもうこの週末やるべきこと、ターゲットというのはとてもクリアなので、それに集中して、皆さんからのサポート、応援も受けてこの週末頑張りたいかなとのことです。
はい、ありがとうございました。ティエリー・ヌービル選手、マーティン・ビラグ選手、大きな拍手をお送りください。ワールドチャンピオン決まりますかね、どうですかね。はい、楽しみです。
Thank you, Thierry. Let's turn to Tänak now then. Still possible out there this weekend for you to take the title as well, Mr. Tänak, which would be your second World Championship title if you could do it. But it would mean a lot, I'm sure, to be able to do that this weekend. But it's possible. How are you feeling right now?
For the moment, everything is possible, no question. I mean, it's a lot to fight for all of us, and I mean, yeah, as a final round of the championship here in Japan, I mean, we know how demanding the rally is as general, so it's definitely going to be the one, you know, which will decide everything, and for sure we need to put all in, you know, to make the best out of it.
はい、このドライバーズタイトルを2番手で、争う、タナック選手なんですけれども、この週末何でも叶うよと、何でも possible, everything is possible なので、最終戦この日本で迎えることをとても楽しみにしていましたし、全力でこの週末挑むだけだということなので、このドライバーズタイトル争いバチバチなので気になりますね。
はい、ということで、素晴らしい週末になることをお二人には期待しましょう。オイット・タナック選手、マルティン・ヤルベオエ選手、大きな拍手を。Thank you.
I'm sure it's going to be a fantastic fight to watch throughout the weekend. Andreas Mikkelsen, let's turn to you now. We talked about the demanding roads here. You came here for the first time, it was last year, wasn't it? Was your first experience. You loved it here in Japan. I saw you were having fun of the weekend in Tokyo as well, but now it's down to the serious stuff. How are you feeling ahead of it?
No, we're excited for sure. It's an important weekend. Like you said, I really enjoyed coming to Japan last year. Stages are something very different compared to what we see in Europe. So I'm excited. We have a tough weekend ahead, some tricky conditions, and hopefully not as tricky as last year. But no, we're excited. We're ready to go.
はい、去年日本に初めて来て東京で観光したりとね、すごく楽しんだ様子のアンドレアス・ミケルセン選手なんですけれども、ヨーロッパとちょっと違う雰囲気を持つこの日本、とても楽しんでいるとのことです。トリッキーなコンディション、今週末もちょっと予想はされるんですけども、できれば去年ほどはちょっと難しくなければいいなとおっしゃっていますが、この週末もとてもパフォーマンス楽しみですよね。
OK、はい、アンドレアス・ミケルセン選手、そしてトシテン・エリクソン選手、大きな拍手をお送りください。 Thank you。 皆さん大きな拍手どうぞお送りください。さあ、ということで、ヒョンデ、シェル、モビス、皆さん本当にありがとうございました。 Thank you guys, thank you。 ありがとうございます。そして OK、
Yeah, we're just going to come back finally. Sorry guys.
No.
We're going to come back to Thierry Neuville because it has been an incredible season for so many drivers out there. We've seen a really exciting 2024, and it's great to have the championship, both of them, go right down to the wire this year. When you reflect back across this season, Thierry, what do you think?
No, it has definitely been an exciting season. I mean, there was a lot of changes at the beginning of the year, and we all had to adapt those, and I think we did pretty well, especially in the first half of the season. We pushed very hard to get to maximize the points we could take on every weekend. And then obviously there was a bit of a turning point, I think, in Greece, where we got in a more comfortable situation and we could manage a bit more towards the end of the season. But nevertheless, I got a lot of grey hair throughout the season, especially in mid-season when we were cleaning on those gravel rallies, those fast gravel rallies. It hasn't been easy, but we did it so far and we have to finish the job now.
はい、今この大会でチャンピオン争いトップを立っているテリー・ニュービル選手なんですが、今シーズン振り返ってみてどんなシーズンだったというコメントに、本当にとてもエキサイティングなシーズンになっているよとのことです。最初からねトップを走って追われる立場で過ごしたシーズンなんですけれども、とても素晴らしいシーズンを過ごしているとのことです。この週末もねいろいろ難しいことが予想されますが、今シーズンちょっと中盤が大変なシーズンではあったんですけれども、いい形でこの大会で今シーズンを終えられたらいいなとのことです。
はい、さあということでもう一つ追加の質問もありましたけれども、ティエリー・ヌービル選手、皆さんの応援で新しい歴史の1ページを開くかもしれません。もう一度大きな拍手をお送りください。 Thank you Thierry, thank you。 そして Thank you guys。 はい、ヒョンデの皆さんありがとうございました。さあということでね、インタビューを務めていただきましたベックスさんもありがとうございました。 Thank you ベックス、 Thank you。 また皆さんもですね、海外の放送ではベックスさんの、そのですねいろいろな解説をまた聞いていただけるんじゃないか。
Well, meet the crews there with Bex Williams and of course all of the crews. That was the final word from Thierry Neuville before the final showdown begins. The first stage is a matter of about 50 minutes away. And then it all begins. So what is in store for the weekend? Well, let's take a look at exactly what's coming up in terms of the stages.
High drama guaranteed in the land of the rising sun. Rally Japan, based in Toyota City near Nagoya, from where they'll tackle 21 special stages, 302 kilometers against the clock. Shakedown Thursday morning. The competitive action underway in the evening at the Toyota Stadium. Just over 2 kilometre head-to-head super special. A warm welcome to get the final rally of the season up and running. Friday opens with Isagami's tunnel, 24 kilometres, featuring a dramatic pass through the tunnel which gives the stage its name. The first in 2 loops of 3 stages, the day ending with a double run through the Ozaki City super special. Saturday, another double loop of 3 stages, but with a new look. Matt Kazagi starts both morning and afternoon loops, 16 kilometres under the gaze of a live TV audience. Ina is the longest of the day at almost 23 kilometres before Saturday ends with a return to Toyota Stadium. Sunday, 5 final stages in which the destiny of the 2024 titles will be settled. Nukata and Lake Mikawako, moving from Saturday last year, both run twice on the final day of the season. Flexi service ahead of one final run through Toyota Stadium, then back to Lake Mikawako for the power stage. 13.98 kilometres, promises to be a tense, thrilling, nail-biting end-of-season shootout.
Well, whichever way we look at it, history will be made this weekend. Will Tänak take home a 2nd World Championship title, or will that man behind us take his 1st World Championship title? Either way, it's going to be a Hyundai, but who will it be? Well, what do they have to do before they get to Sunday? Let's have a look at the full weekend schedule to give you an idea of what is coming up. So the first stage on the way for you very shortly here on Thursday here in Japan. Then it's stage 2 to 9 on Friday, 7:30 to 8 o'clock. 8 till 8, stages 10 till 16. Sunday, 7:30 till 4 o'clock, stages 17 to 21. That is inclusive of the illustrious Wolf Power stage. So that's the full schedule of stages. Remember, those times are local to us here in Japan. Of course, very different across the world, but the action will be coming thick and fast. So let's just take a look at what's coming up for you on Thursday. As we just said, the first stage, the super special stage in this incredible stadium, is on the way for you in about 50 minutes or so. The action will start. Now there's plenty to take on in here. There's plenty of tight, twisty turns out here in this stadium. This is by no means an easy feat. We revisit this super special on Saturday as well. Now the atmosphere, once again, the lights are down and it is building to such a big evening ahead. All eyes certainly on the Hyundais, the Toyotas sitting just behind them. They know what they've got to do this weekend. The battle is on. They want to seal the manufacturer's title, and also it's up to Taka to pull out a spectacular performance for the fans. So the pressure is on for every single driver out there, inclusive of Sami Pajari, who also wants to take home a title. All right, well, it's goodbye from me. The action on the way for you very shortly indeed.